Well, here we go. This is the start.
You're not even
something new.
You're not even going, brother.
I am recording.
You're not recording.
I'm recording
dude.
video. Here we go.
Now
we're live.
Here we are. Nothing? What the fuck?
Welcome, everyone.
Hello.
You may be wondering
Welcome.
why. Nothing in the air. No, nothing in the air. I don't know why I'm pointing up. You may be wondering.
Emojis there.
Yeah.
Edit them in. What?
You may be wondering why a Film Crawl episode is out on Thursday. It's the first ever
event.
Star Wars event that will probably ever be created.
You will never do a Star Wars event again.
Star Wars is ending. Yep. Unless we do like Mandalorian or something. Rest in peace, dude. Rest in peace.
Dude, I ain't getting that service.
You know you're getting it.
You gonna give me credentials, dude?
Yeah.
Dude, I ain't buying that
shit. We're doing it. What? When did we announce this, by the way? The Star Wars thing.
October?
I don't know.
Dude, I don't know.
We did it in an episode, but I forgot which one. Insidious?
Yeah.
Possibly?
Of course. Beginning.
Gotcha.
Origin story.
We told you it was going to happen, and it's happening. And
are we smashed?
We're on the back end of another recording.
We pre-grammed.
So we already drank a beer, and now we're going to beer 2.
We're done.
So if it gets messy, that's why. Basically, welcome to Star Wars.
Dun, dun.
Da, 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 da. Okay.
I'm just trying to be special, bro.
We're doing it maybe in the order you didn't like. I don't know. We're doing it in 1 through 9, so that's just the way we're going to do it.
Yeah.
These are going to come out every Thursday until
Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker drops. So you will be getting 2 episodes a week, 1 normal episode, and a Star Wars episode on Thursday. So welcome, guys. Double content.
Hey.
We brought it to you.
We out
First
here.
year of the podcast, and we're doing big moves.
Fuck, we're ending strong.
We are ending the year strong. We planned on this in fucking January when we started. But shit, time flies.
You've been wanting to do this like since we.
Yeah,
you're right.
I'm like, man, we should do the Star Wars. We should do Star Wars, and then you were like, no, we should wait because it's. And I was like, all right, fuck.
We didn't know.
Yeah.
That's how you know we're all biz.
Now we're here. Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Get out of here.
Nostalgia run inbound.
No, not for
this
this round. Next round, yes.
It was hard, man. It was hard.
Guys, this was so difficult.
It was so hard to rewatch.
I ain't got nothing good to say.
Sitting
I'm telling you that right now. I'm sorry.
Sitting on 1.2 million reviews at a 58%.
Guys,
why would a movie in a great franchise have such a low score after coming back after years and years of being dormant? With the same
director.
I'll tell you why.
All right, tell me.
CG technology.
Oh, God, thank you.
Came out in 2001. No.
99.
No,
this
99.
One came out 99.
Yeah. It was on
second one.
It was on disc in 2001.
Gross.
Yeah. In theaters in 99. So, as you know, I grew up with this bullshit, guys.
I'm counting on you, Sam.
I grew up with it.
This is your episode.
I'm a baby. I grew up with this.
These were the first Star Wars I saw. And I saw them in theaters because my dad obviously took us. It was a summer release. Like he took us to all the big summer releases. And so this was my first introduction to Star Wars, and that might explain a lot.
I want to say, I want to say the very first Star Wars I saw was A New Hope, the very first one ever. I don't know. I may have seen this one first, but what I vividly remember when I was like 5 or 6. I had Han Solo's blaster toy, and I would reenact the New Hope scene when Vader breaks into the ship.
Yeah.
Where they're shooting all the stormtroopers.
Yeah.
I would reenact that in my hallway.
Aww.
I vividly remember that, but I don't know.
Sam.
But so that tells you how good this one was, because I probably did see this one first, and then my dad showed me the other ones.
He was like, no, because we ain't doing that.
Yeah, you need to watch a real Star Wars movie, son. That's what he said to me. Just kidding. Did you know Keira Knightley's in this?
Dude, I did. In the background for 5 seconds.
I always thought Keira Knightley and Natalie Portman looked the same, and I'm glad.
They do kind of similar.
And I'm glad someone else agreed with me.
Literally casted before they were known. What the fuck? Like, Sam wants credit for everything. Yeah, no, I made the lightsaber
30 years later, yeah, that was me.
Yeah, no, I knew the lightsaber was going to sound like that immediately.
I called it after it happened. I knew that was going to happen.
I called Lucas. I told him to edit it in.
Let's get these fucking beers going and get this episode going.
I'm not excited.
3, 2, 1. What are we drinking?
Good old modern times, my brother. We're drinking a Space Ways.
Wow.
We are prepared this episode.
Modern times, I don't know what it is.
You don't like them?
I'm going to say it.
But you took a sip already?
The can design needs some work.
They do have nice cans.
No.
They do.
I looked at the lineup. Is this a new
Well, no, they're specialty ones.
Minimalistic,
This is what they do. They have different colors.
We both put it on the camera.
Good God. We're ready.
Space Ways Modern Times beer. It's an IPA, Nicole's favorite.
I hate it so much.
But
it's
I love that
thematic.
It's like it says Final Gravity.
Ooh, you know what?
That's kind of cool.
Okay, this one doesn't leave a bad aftertaste in my mouth like other IPAs. So, all right. I'm going to get crushed after this episode, though. So
6.7%. It's 1 pint. It's good. It's an IPA, as I say.
I can't talk about it. I'm sorry.
But, can design lackluster. I was really hoping for...
I think they bank on the names because they have some really cool names for their beers, like Space Ways. They have one called Space Metal.
How hard is it to freaking hire someone and make a cool space design?
Okay, our address is like literally.
Address on screen above. No, I'm just kidding.
Pause.
Well,
we're trying to avoid this.
We're here. We're really fluffing it, man. We're trying to avoid it. It's sad, it's more sad than it is. I don't have notes.
Not even
guys.
sad, just
the
disappointing.
Book.
This one more.
I don't know.
Do we need
to give our credentials? Like, is that like how people are like, oh, I'm a huge fan. Coming from a huge fan.
No, I think people need to know where we stand with. Out of respect for the fandom, I'm not. I'm meh.
Yeah.
But you're a huge fan.
I'm a huge fan. I got a Star Wars book, Kylo Ren.
He's all about it. He's got all the
my debit
merch.
cards, fucking Star Wars.
BB.
But it's hard because these movies, I grew up with them, but they're just terrible. They really are bad. I will give 3 the biggest benefit of the doubt
because of the ending.
Yeah, because of what's happening. But you guys will obviously hear that. But 1 and 2 is it kind of progresses. It kind of goes up there. 2 kind of gets there, but 1, okay.
Oh,
Phantom Menace.
God.
The series is coming back, right?
Ooh.
After how many years
20,
of being dead?
20 or
20-ish years.
Decades.
You have a stellar fucking cast, okay? You got Liam Neeson, Ewan McGregor.
Perfectly cast.
Freaking Ian McDiarmid, who does amazing Palpatine/Sidious, which we see more.
I was like, who's that?
Which you see more of him, obviously, in the later films. But, you still got Anthony Daniels doing C-3PO. You have Samuel L. Jackson.
I don't remember Samuel's appearance in this. I remember him in the second one.
Who?
Samuel
L. Jackson?
Mace Windu.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he does nothing in this movie. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You have so much shit.
I don't remember.
And you know what this movie comes back to? Politics.
And
was it what time? It was 1999, man. There was politics.
Was it the Bush era or
yeah,
Clinton
it was.
era? I don't fucking know.
Clinton and Bush era.
Guys, I'm not political. I don't really like space. So why am I liking this? I don't.
It's just sad because there's a lot of wasted things here.
Potential, man.
Yeah. You bring the series back. You have possibly the best villain, one of the best villains.
Sidious?
No, Darth Maul. One of the coolest villains who's just completely useless.
Yeah.
Yet we still, you still watch it and you're still like, whatever.
Wasted.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pointless.
I'll watch it.
Sorry.
I'll watch it just to watch it, but you got an hour and 40 minutes of.
I don't know how you do it.
You have an hour and 40 minutes of bullshit. You have an hour and 40 minutes of. And that's not the whole runtime. This is like the first, 3/4 of the movie of politics, trade wars, Guys,
I'm falling asleep already.
We don't care,
guys.
And don't tell me it's made for the kids. There's a Senate debate in this movie.
He made it because he had a tech company, a CGI company, and he wanted to perfect that or something, or he wanted to use that.
You know,
and the CGI sucked. I'm sorry, Lucas. I'm sorry.
Well, it sucks now. I don't know how it really.
That's true.
How did it relay at the time? But
I'll give
But if you look at if you just look at the original trilogy, we're gonna do a lot of comparisons to these trilogies.
We have to.
That's just how this goes because
gotta.
It's not like Harry Potter where it was all made in one, streamlined time.
It came out with the books. Harry Potter did. Yeah.
So this is a little bit different, but. You look at the original trilogy. They used a lot of practical effects, like the TIE fighters in the space were like fucking models that they just had on strings, and it looked, and they blew up when they blew up the Death Star. They just blew it up in miniature scale.
Yeah, well, that's what makes it so personal and like nostalgic. I think it's like fuck. Like,
but this is like the whole movie. You're sitting in a green screen studio, and we talk about this in. I can say this because we've already recorded, but in Last Jedi, where Last Jedi at some points didn't feel too spacey to me, or too in this Star Wars universe.
Yes,
and this feels way more in the Star Wars universe because of the places you're taking.
Right, the canteens.
The canteens in Coruscant, which is like an awesome world. The whole city is a planet. The whole planet is a city.
And then we're Tatooine,
and like those things like are like nostalgic, right? Tatooine is obviously just because of the first movie, but all these things feel like they're in Naboo, this like beautiful luxury like place where Queen Amidala lives, like that. Padme. It feels out of this world.
Yeah, and the costumes,
right? And
Padme's costumes throughout the series
were really cool.
Amazing.
And her hair
I love.
And makeup was like cool.
Love.
And
so I guess that's a like.
That
if you want to
feels
put it
cool.
There.
But what sucks is it was all computer.
Yep.
And
the alien. I did not like the aliens.
There's no practical.
They
effects.
kind of all looked the same,
right?
And you could tell. Obviously, of the time, it was 99, sure, but like. You could put somebody in a suit.
Yeah.
Like, did they do that with Jabba?
No, Jabba's CGI.
Was animatronic?
No. Oh well, the original.
The original Jabba.
The original, yeah.
Okay.
And then when they remastered the movies, they made him CG.
Yeah, and that was horrible. That was awful.
And then there's that scene of Han stepping on him, but they're putting him stepping on him from the animatronic into the CG, so Han's body just like gravity like floats
so bad.
It's so bad. Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, everything here is just CGI. I mean, nothing. Even Jar Jar, when they originally shot it, it was a guy like a 6'9" dude who was in the suit-ish. He had Jar Jar's head, right?
God.
He had Jar Jar's face on top of his head,
God.
And they had him there, and they shot the movie like that.
Yeah.
And then they just deleted him and put Jar Jar there. The only reason he was there was so people could look at his face.
Well, and it's funny.
And they do that with a lot of characters,
so Darth Maul was an actual stunt or guy
Ray Park.
in makeup, and then they probably got rid of him because they're like, we can't do this like 6 hours a day anymore. Like we can't afford it. So the one character that you are like, yes, like I like seeing him in this Star Wars universe. He's fucking legit. It just fucking is gone. This movie.
Yeah. And Ray Park is a stunt coordinator. He's the stunt coordinator for the movie.
For all the best fight scenes.
I think for the first three, I think
are
he's
a part of this
stuck
movie.
I think he's stuck with them with the trilogy. I don't know where he's at in the new stuff. I don't know if they brought him back, but and he doesn't have any lines because he's not an actor really. So they didn't.
Yeah, he doesn't talk really.
Yeah, when he does talk, they dub over his voice.
Why?
I don't know. They wanted to make it sound scary or whatever, but they actually dubbed his voice. But Darth Maul is awesome. He's doing all those stunts. Those are real.
Yeah,
flips
real person.
And that shit's cool. And he has a double-bladed lightsaber, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And
then it gets broken.
And I'm sure the trailers were fucking nuts. Like, yeah. Like when they probably show that in the trailer because people were probably fucking going wild.
Dude,
have you seen the videos of like the people lining up for this movie though? It's fucking insane.
I can't. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I've seen them.
Insane. It would have been cool.
I just realized the poster. So one of my likes for this series, it's a stretch. The posters for these movies are really good. They're the best of the series. for like the release of, I don't know if they did this for the theatrical release, but like I love the posters.
Are you saying for all three, the first three?
Yeah. I love like the second one. I love. Like,
but have you seen them like all like in a line?
I haven't.
They're all very similar. Like they take the same art styles.
Oh right, with the girl and the guy. Yeah.
They take the same like it literally looks like a soap opera, and that's what.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, I like these posters. But I just realized looking at this poster right here on screen, Rise of Skywalker. They have the same poster with Darth Sidious over.
Yeah, Sidious over him. Yeah,
dude, we got to look into that.
But just fucking
nothing.
Just Rey and Kylo.
Yeah.
Because there's no characters now in this.
Poster's legit though.
Yeah, it is sick. But I love Star Wars art. Like it's all they really, even after being so many years, they took from the original trilogy. They made it their own.
It's great. I love
then even the new shit, Force Awakens and from what we're gonna The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
They've made it newer, but they've still implemented all the old shit.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to fit more characters on there, respect, whatever.
And I just love the series, but like the first two are just, it hurts me.
You know what? It could have been.
It hurts me.
It would have helped. I don't want to disrespect the actor like this, but if Anakin wasn't a child, it would have been, the movie still would have been ass, but it would have been a little bit better.
The movie would have been ass, but
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But like him and then Jar Jar, like, come on. Like, why do
Jar Jar needs to go.
Why do we need Jar Jar? And like he becomes the second hand to her eventually, right?
Yeah. Dude, he becomes spoilers, and in 3 or whatever, or 2 or 3, he becomes the representative for Naboo.
I think that's the second one.
I think that's the second one, yeah.
Because she passes when she goes off on her whatever adventure.
Yeah, he becomes the fucking stand-in. Mm-hmm. That's why the memes, have you seen the memes of that Jar Jar?
Jar Jar? No, I haven't.
That Jar Jar is actually a Sith Lord because he voted Palpatine power. Spoilers again for the,
power.
You guys have fucking seen the movies. But he ultimately votes power to Palpatine for
shit.
Ultimate
so not
control.
a meme of theory.
Well, yeah, but it's also a meme because Jar Jar.
But you just introduced me to the subreddit. Prequel memes.
Prequel memes.
I'm going ham on
Reddit
right now.
Is hilarious. But the movies are just boring. I mean, like, you bring this series back and you look at like the beginnings of 4, 5, and 6. Like you have the raid on Princess Leia's ship. You have Hoth battle scene at the beginning of that movie.
This is the original?
Of the second movie.
Sorry, I haven't
watched it. And then 6, you have, I forget the beginning. I'm blanking right now. But you have all these like cool battles at the beginning. And then what do we get in this movie? Fucking trade negotiations.
I'm sorry.
And why are Jedi doing trade negotiations? I don't know.
You have such a rich history of Jedi and Sith.
Yeah.
And you don't even touch on the Sith in this movie.
Yeah.
And fucking A.
And they just changed so much shit, man. Like, George was on some fucking shit.
I wonder, because he came back and wrote this and directed it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that defend it because it's him. I wonder if
he was like, oh, the people that were kids when the original came out, they're old now and they like politics.
Oh, yeah. But then you have interviews with him where he's like, well, the movie's for the kids. That's why Jar Jar is there. And it's like, I feel it just sounds like an excuse because Jar Jar is useless.
And so stupid.
Literally, one of the lines is, "You're a doo-doo head." Like,
oh my god, I don't,
bro. That doesn't fit in a Star Wars movie. Like, what?
Okay, that or the mom joke in Last Jedi. What would you rather have?
Shitty,
they're both fucked.
They're both shitty.
It's just a fucked road from here, guys.
Dude, now that we're doing these movies, man, OG trilogy is just like.
So
this is what's hard about bringing shit back. I went into this
because I'm not like you. I'm not like a huge Star Wars fan. I don't mind them, but like I remember these were the first movies I saw in theaters, like I said, but I haven't watched them since. I've just seen memes of them or like, I know about them. So I had to rewatch them. And like I remember as a kid being like, all right, these movies are okay. They're fine.
Right. You buy it a little bit more.
Yeah, but they're snooze fest right now.
Yeah, right.
Like,
so
oh my God.
One is obviously, guys, these episodes are going to be a little bit formatted differently because they're going to be shorter and just whatever.
And these movies have been out for years.
Yeah, but and this is more of like a hype train to Rise of Skywalker. But
more like a shit train.
Right now, it's a shit train.
Right. This series, this little prequel. Yeah.
It's like, I'm totally with you. It is a snooze fest. I mean, like I said, there's an hour and 40 minutes until Yoda even comes on screen.
And that's the end of the movie.
Yoda's fucking huge character.
And he's CGI'd.
Yep. And that
big mistake.
That I'm I'm a little bit more okay with it, but like he's still Yoda. You know, they didn't change the character at all. Thank God.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Disney didn't fucking own it, but if it was Disney, it probably would have been like
anime eyes.
He would have been like a fucking comedic relief or something.
Yeah.
But you know, and then you have Mace Windu who just sits there at the Jedi Council.
That's where he was.
Yeah,
okay.
Rubbing his chin.
Yeah, and Samuel L. What a badass. He's like, I ain't in this movie if my lightsaber ain't purple.
And he's just getting his check. He has one scene of him sitting in a chair, like the whole fucking movie. Yeah. It's so weird. And then you have Liam Neeson and Ewan McGregor, who are awesome actors. And Liam Neeson, like, doesn't want to be there. Like, you look at him on screen and he's just like, what am I... I remember seeing an interview with him where he was like, I honestly hated the script. Like,
really?
Yeah, there was one, I think there's an interview, I'll have to try to send it to you, but where he was like, I wanted to back out after I read it. But he said yes before he even saw the script.
Because it was Star Wars. He was like, absolutely.
Yeah, and then he read it and he was like, oh,
that's where they killed him all. Fuck.
But like,
his wig was on point though.
It just was weird. Man. I mean, obviously he wasn't like out because of like, oh, like I don't like where this character's going, because like Qui-Gon's a brand new character. Like, it's not like they're bringing Luke back like they would in, you know, that like Mark Hamill's a different argument than like Liam Neeson, but he just said like he read it and was like, oh,
what an amazing Jedi name though.
Qui-Gon Jinn is so badass, dude. Fuck. He sounds like he's like a samurai or like some
could have been Asian.
Yeah,
hello,
he could have. Everyone's white. Bye. Except Samuel L. Jackson.
There you go.
But
fucking neat. That's a huge issue of Star Wars. Yeah, like I mean, that's
and that's what Disney
tried to do,
is claiming to do, but
whatever.
I don't. It just
I can't.
I give it. So what I like about it is that it does try to go into more of the universe and like kind of give you. I do like that it's trying to give you this idea of like, yeah, there are like these like, imagine trying to run galaxies and all these systems as one. Like, I love that Senate room where like everyone is in there. It's huge. Like,
right.
That's what it would look
as
like.
A people. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, imagine trying to govern that. Like, it would be nuts.
Especially with the power of Jedi and Sith in the world.
And
like,
in Clone Wars, the cartoon show, which is fucking amazing.
I've heard.
Is a lot. It has a lot of politics, but it's more like, it's obviously for kids, so it's like dumbed down.
And it's a better format, I think, for it.
It does get into the whole thing of like, how do we govern this whole like all these systems, like when the clones become an army of the Senate.
Does that show happen, like, is it set during this movie? It
happens after Clone Wars, or Attack of the Clones, the movie,
the second one.
Yeah, so it happens between 2 and 3.
Okay.
And it's like about when they obtain the clone army, and they're like, okay, well, now we have this army, we need to like use it. And it's about the battle between the droids, which the Federation is their name.
I don't remember that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like,
so,
I can't.
You know, this whole movie revolves around like the Federation, which is the droids / very racist Asian voiced actors of those weird alien things.
Oh, yeah.
This is impossible.
Oh.
You know those guys?
Okay.
So they're
yeah, I didn't know their point at all.
Yeah, they're just trying to disrupt the fucking, like, they want to invade Naboo, which is
Padme's planet.
Okay.
And she's a princess.
And they're a part of the Senate.
Okay.
Of this republic, right?
Guys, he's just giving me a history lesson. I'm sorry.
The republic, which is governed by Palpatine. Well, not at the time, not Palpatine, by the other guy.
Dooku.
No, Viceroy, or not Viceroy. The other dude, other white dude.
This is in the scroll.
Yeah.
No, I got it.
Palpatine is like a hand of him almost, or he's very close. He's high up, but the other guy is running right now, or he's in office.
Okay. Where's Padme's parents? Did they die? Why is she?
We don't know anything about her. She's the queen. I don't even know how they govern that.
Okay. Because they're all children. Her hands are children
she's
too.
Actually, Naboo is like represented in the Senate, but she isn't a senator yet until 2.
Okay.
She's a queen, and we don't really know how their government works. But dude, there's so much politics in these movies. How would a kid even comprehend this? They wouldn't even fucking know. They're
just like, ooh, aliens.
Yeah. Oh wow, blasters. Like,
or pod racing.
Yeah.
Which was boring as fuck.
Come on, pod racing was badass.
I didn't like it. I don't know why.
I liked it.
I was shocked that you liked it.
It's cool.
I don't know. It was just I'm a big dialogue person, and it's like
the dialogue here is terrible, obviously.
It's
but
like, that's how you pod race. Really?
That was clear for kids.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like,
and me, I'm on my chair, like.
Like,
no, it's a sick scene. I mean, it's cool though. Like, this fucking sound design in these movies is amazing. And that CGI, well deserved. Like the whole
pod racing. Yeah.
Very
that
good.
One was fine.
Especially when Sabulsa, the mean guy's ship blows up. Like, that's a really cool scene. That's all CG. Actually, I watched a video on that.
Yeah.
Regardless. These droids are trying to take over fucking Naboo.
Okay.
They need her to sign a treaty to make their invasion legal. That's literally one of the lines in the movie. I'm like,
I missed all of this. I don't know.
Because it's a snooze fest. You're like, whatever, dude. There's fucking dudes trying to take dudes.
I'm going to be honest. I skipped through a lot of this movie.
Yeah, you could skip it and not care because it's boring.
I was like, I just want to see Obi-Wan fight Maul.
Really, this movie really just sets up 2, which then you learn in 2, which we're obviously doing, but you learn in 2 that, like, the whole droid thing was a ploy for this to happen, for 3 to happen, and then, so it's like a huge lead up, but it's also just boring. Well, like, you could have opened this movie instead of Jedi having negotiations. You could have had, like, cool, like you're opening the lore to this universe, because in 4, 5, and 6, A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, like, Jedi and Sith are like non-existent, which basically are in the new ones.
The new ones, The Force Awakens.
Because it's been so many years, but now you're going back in time where, like, Jedi are ruling and Sith aren't, because there was a Civil War, which was before all that. But you could have went into this, like, cool, like, lore dive and, like, maybe even showed, like, the history of Star Wars.
It honestly feels like, so I've doing this episode, I've watched 1 and 2 again. It really feels like 2 should have been the 1. Like, that they started with.
Yeah,
like,
it could have even.
Because Anakin's not a child, 1.
Fucking hell.
And it's like,
if they did 2 into 1, and then they had the 2 was a whole different movie.
Yes.
But you had more Anakin development.
Yeah.
With Hayden Christensen, then it, like, we'll talk about this in 2, but the whole jump of fucking him as a baby.
Yep.
And then him to fucking Hayden Christensen, who's hitting on Padme. He's literally like 12.
He literally has a huge boner for Padme.
Yeah. It's just the worst.
It's so bad.
Writing ever. Like, George cannot write, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry, George.
I mean, he created this awesome universe and this amazing story, but, like, what happened? Was he rushed? What the fuck was going on? It's like,
because what worked in the original trilogy, I don't know what you call them.
Other people directed those. He directed and wrote these.
Yes. But, like, those ones felt like, it was not campy is the wrong word. I don't know what the right word is, but, like, it felt like, space opera, which is what, kind of turned into, but, like, it felt right for the time. Whereas this one was like, come on, we're old enough to understand, and, like, we have the technology to create a Star Wars world.
Right. But it's abused in the wrong way. So the biggest thing in this movie that we dislike, well, obviously I know Nicole hates it too, is the fucking politics. It's like an hour and 40 minutes of that, and then stuff starts happening. And then, like, you could watch it. Like, I'll literally fast forward all the way to just the pod racing scene and then just watch that, because then movie happens. Like, then things start happening that you want to watch.
I will say a lot of people, and I know it's because I'm not a huge, like, Star Wars nerd, right? I don't get like, I don't mind the Midi-Chlorian.
Yeah, that shit's bullshit. I mean, like, you don't get it.
I don't get it, but, like, I don't mind it. Like, I know it's stupid, for sure. Like, you could have explained it better and you could have introduced it a lot better, but, like, I don't get the super hate on it.
Well, the thing with that is the original trilogy, there wasn't Midi-Chlorians, and the Force lived. If you believed in the Force, it lives in everyone.
Okay. Which is what the new ones are kind of getting at.
Which is what the new ones are going back to, which I give props for. Yeah. But, and then George was like, no, Midi-Chlorian, like, you have to have, like, genetically. And
then completely ignores it the rest.
Yeah. So it's super weird.
I get it. But
yeah, they never even go back to it. It's like a way for them to write that Anakin is special.
Yeah, okay.
When they could have done something, like, way different.
What would you have wanted?
I don't know. Like, they're like, oh, like, first off, he's Jesus Christ, basically. that he was born from no one, right? Like,
right. Oh yeah. That's
literally conceived out of nothing. She says
the Antichrist.
There was no father. Yeah. So fucking weird, dude.
Yeah,
like,
that's weird. It's a little weird.
Really
Virgin
weird.
Mary, all right.
It would have been way creepier and cooler if, like, they were like, oh, I got basically knocked up, but, like, by some, like, weird dude. I was
like enchanted by him.
Yeah, that had, like, powers.
And
she tells Qui-Gon that, and it's like this scary thing, like, powers that I didn't believe, and you're like, who the fuck did she fuck? And then she had Anakin, and of course, and then they could have even went and showed that Anakin has powers, like, he does shit without knowing. Like, obviously he's a great pod racer, and he's never even done it, or he does it, but, like, he's a good pilot because of the Force. Is what their excuse is.
It's like they do kind of touch on that in the second one.
Yeah.
Like, okay, they play back on, his pilot skills come in handy. But, like, it doesn't, I don't know, I forget if it doesn't come into play in the third one. And it's like, why does it matter if he's a good pilot when he fucking becomes Darth Vader? And Darth Vader never pilots anything.
Basically, Anakin was, like, one of the best star pilots in the galaxy.
They're probably playing that up for Luke.
Right.
Because that's what it's in his genes.
Yeah. So, and they play a lot on that in Clone Wars, the cartoon. But
I guess I gotta watch that.
It's such a good show. Like, it fucking blows these prequels out of the water, honestly. Like, for being a fucking cartoon, like, it's so, you actually care about the characters. You get more about Obi-Wan, which everyone just fucking wants Obi-Wan, and we don't, as of the time recording this, we don't know if the Obi-Wan Disney Plus thing is actually going to happen.
Oh, I heard it was confirmed.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Ewan still denies, I guess, but...
Oh, well, we're just lucky that he accepts his role as Obi-Wan.
Well, he does a great job.
He
watched a ton of the original Alec Guinness, who did Ben Kenobi, who's Obi-Wan in fucking 4, 5, and 6, but or 4 because he dies, but But he watched a lot of it to get, like, in the mode, or, like, look at, he does a lot of, like, the beard stuff that he does in the originals. Right. So he, like, studied the character. Right. I fucking like that. But I feel like Hayden Christensen had no...
Well, he's not.
We're not even in these
ones. We're gone, guys.
But yeah, it's hard to stay within one of these movies.
I mean, because they all kind of bleed together because they're all ass.
Yeah, I mean, when we do Harry Potter, it's gonna be hard too to stay within a movie. But because you got to look at it as a series. Yeah, which is hard.
Yeah.
But it's so hard for me. The one thing that holds this whole movie up, and I know we're way around fucking everywhere here, but
we're out of format.
It's fucking the one thing that this movie has, which is not going to be beat by a lot of things for time to come, is the Darth Maul Duel of Fates scene.
Great. Why is it called Duel of Fates?
Well, that's the name of the song, which is probably one of the top scores in cinematic history. Like,
well, that's the only good thing about this trilogy here.
Yeah. Well, there's other things in the trilogy. 3 has some good stuff.
Prequels.
But yeah, in the prequel. But yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, as a prequel, the prequel as a whole, like the score for every 1, 2, and 3.
Oh yeah. Well, great. All the movies are amazing scores.
Yeah, sure.
But well, we're not there yet.
We're not there yet. We'll get there.
But it's possibly one of my favorite songs that he's ever done.
And it's a really good fight scene.
and it's amazing fight scene. Like, you have an actual stunt coordinator.
Yeah.
I mean, Liam Neeson can barely move, but like, you know, they made it work, and it's beautiful. The choreography is awesome. Like, not Last Jedi stuff.
Well, yeah. But once you pointed that out, like seeing that video you sent me, like the stuntman talking about like how Ewan and Liam, like they're fighting against nothing. So like their movements are like they look natural because they're CGI'd. The enemies are CGI'd in.
So that was smart. That was smart. When they're killing the droids in the beginning, that obviously those droids aren't there.
The force push.
Yeah,
it's so cheap.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's a cheap scene. I do like it though, because George Lucas is trying to like do more things that should be in Star Wars movies with like Force, Jedi mind tricks. Like
he barely touches on it.
I know. I just wish it got more, and this is why I don't know why I'm praying for it, but I hope the fucking Game of Thrones writers can really just expand on this stuff. It's like stuff that you want to see that is never there, and it's like, why don't we have it?
You know what would be watching the fight scene? It's a great fight scene, but like there should be a counter for how many times Darth Maul high kicks.
Oh yeah,
like he high kicks so many. Which it's like a great move.
But I do like that too, and it's again another thing. Like this was for this movie coming out, and again I wasn't fucking like I was a baby, but from what I know from a lot of people that grew up watching the original and then they come and see this, is that fight scene was like price of admission, almost I literally wrote that. Like the Vader scene in the end of Rogue One is like dude, this is something that the original trilogy did not have. The fights in the original trilogy were so god awful. Like they were slow. They were like, old men, literally.
I know, but you respect them because it's like it was 70s.
Oh, I know, but then you're like, okay, we're introducing like fucking hype up shit. Like this fight is 5 times faster than
and it's 2 against 1. It's a double like there's new stuff. It's like fuck.
And God, lightsaber sounds are bad.
Oh, you're wet for them. Dude,
it's bad. Like,
I know.
It's so
good.
Badass.
And then like I really liked like the laser and you're stopped.
Oh.
And it's like
we don't even know what the fuck those shield things are, but it's badass. It's a cool way to break down the fight.
Yeah.
And it's also a smart way to cut to different things in the movie. You know, I hate when movies are there's 5 fights going on.
Yeah.
Like Avengers, and it just cuts and then it's like and then it cuts back.
Follow them. Well, and I love that Qui-Gon takes a knee.
Oh.
He literally is like, let me sit this one out.
No, I love it because again, it's like he's like a sensei and he's like regenerating with the Force, like become.
I fucking love that. He's
like,
just like,
dude,
I love it.
The Force could be, and I think Disney's going away from this with the new shit, but the Force could be so much deeper, and this is why I really think like the Game of Thrones writers should like try that, because if they're doing like before the prequels.
Well, they're not doing Skywalkers.
No. But they're supposed to be doing the Old Republic, which is like when Sith and Jedi were in
lived
abundance.
In harmony? Did they live in harmony?
No, there was battles everywhere. There was this huge like civil war almost. But like instead of droids, it was like Sith armies versus Jedi armies. Okay. Like they're trying to fight for control.
So why do they send droids instead of? Because they're not existent anymore?
Yeah, because the Sith is nothing now. Like there's
I guess we'll touch more on it in episode 2 because that's the clone like Boba Fett.
Yeah, well this kind of goes into the end. Remember in the end when Qui-Gon's being burned?
Oh, yeah.
And Yoda says there's always 2, which is kind of cool because there's this rule. It's called my headphones are out of control.
We're fucking done.
There's this rule called the Rule of 2.
Okay, I do remember reading this theory.
That the Sith have, and it's that there can only be an apprentice and...
dark and light to meet it.
No. There can only be an apprentice and a master at one time. And it's weird because the Jedi don't follow this, whereas you see like Yoda in this movie. Like,
yes.
Well, no, that's in the second one. But... You see, in this like the Jedi are in this temple, and they have like younglings that are like being taught as an abundance, like a religion, right?
Okay.
And the Sith side is like there's only two, so it's just me
one.
and you.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you're my master, and I follow you, and and that's it. And it's like that's the rule. Okay. And it wasn't like that at the time, but then like Sith is obviously a religion too. Like these movies are about like religion.
And, politics and
things. Yeah, and things transformed in the Sith, where it's like, no, we can't be in abundance. We can only be like if we want to be as powerful as we want to be, we can only have like
transfer
two of us.
To one.
Yeah, and like the thing with Sith is, which in the past, which they never touch on here, and they kind of do in the new movies, is that your apprentice would like basically always kill the master.
Oh, I remember. I do remember reading about that.
To become more powerful, and that was like the thing. That's like the rule too. And then it's like, okay, now I'm gonna get an apprentice, and it was like this cycle.
All right. Well, I'm more interested in what you're telling me than what the fucking movie did.
Yeah, than the fucking bullshit trade negotiations. But there's a scene in the second one where she's like, aggressive negotiations or whatever.
Yeah, no,
like literally they know the movie's about just
exactly.
Like just
I don't
politics.
like sand.
Oh my god.
It's coarse.
But the first one is kind of a snooze, guys. I mean, it is a snooze. I mean, there's nothing really going on. It's if you think about it, it is a setup movie, but I'm not going to give it too much credit there because like you have the world, you have the universe of this world, and like fucking George Lucas is the one who created it and didn't want to do anything really. It's just weird.
Yeah. Well, God, yeah, I can't.
Jar Jar needs to go.
Jar Jar.
Every scene with him is terrible.
Kids need to go. I'm sorry, kids.
Kids would have loved it without Jar Jar. 100% would agree. They could have done a lot more. I would have loved to see more Darth Maul.
Yes.
Maybe an opening scene of him fucking chopping someone down, and it's like, all right, who's this guy? You know,
or even him living until the second one.
Yeah, or in bringing him. I don't know why they had to kill him here.
I think it's because the makeup was too expensive.
And again, Clone Wars does great, and he's actually alive.
Well, that's how you get the backstory of him.
Yeah, and you learn about his family and stuff, and then he's like,
well, is it hard to pick a shot then that we love in this movie?
No, I actually have some shots that I love.
What do you like or love?
It's in the Duel of Fates, and it's
naturally, yeah.
It's most of it's CG. Obviously, they weren't in this giant whatever the fuck you want to call it, generator facility. I don't know. But when they're on the bridge and it's like that wide shot of of all three of them fighting. Yeah. And just like, it's real cool. That fucking song will just like.
I need to listen to it, I guess, by itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to.
It's so good.
Because you like soundtrack. Like when you hear I'm not big on movie soundtrack.
God, but music just pulls you into things without you knowing. So.
Right.
Listen to it and then watch it again, or watch that fight and then listen to it. It's fucking good.
I just remember like the Yeah, okay.
It's like this epic battle. Like that is really what a battle should be. And it's badass. Like Qui-Gon's like, we'll take it from here. Like,
yeah.
All right, the Jedi gonna be doing their business.
Yeah.
And I know it's a Skywalker thing, but the first three, like, I care more about Obi-Wan than anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And like that's kind of like your heartstring.
Yeah, he's
motive.
like your.
It's like how do all of these events in each film you can pinpoint a moment where it's like fuck, like Obi-Wan, like you feel for him, right? And then here it's like the death of Qui-Gon.
Yeah, he's gone. And he has a good arc. Yeah, you know, like okay, he's promoted a Jedi Knight at the end, and
he took Anakin on, and he
as a Jedi Knight, which has never been done.
I'm sorry.
Which I don't fucking. I wish they went into the prophecy a little bit more. They're just like, oh, the prophecy wills it, then it is.
They just need to go more. Like,
what is the prophecy? We rarely say this,
but like more backstory.
What's the prophecy? Was it that a kid's gonna be found on a desert planet and he's gonna have powers? Like, what is the prophecy? It's just
the Jedi tax.
He's just the chosen one, bro. That's it.
Hey, Midi-Chlorian, add it in. I don't care. Genes.
And the odd thing is like, well, they kind of address it, but it's like, what do you need a balance? Right now, the Jedi are out of balance. They're in control. They're operating as like a fucking secret service almost as for the Senate. Like they're not a part of the government, but they are a part of the government. But they don't have control of like making decisions. They just kind of do things. Yeah. It's so weird. They work in. I'm trying to think of like a real world example because there's things like in the real world. Like like the Queen in England, and what is it? A prime minister in England? Like the Queen doesn't really have like governmental.
She was just born into it.
Yeah, like power. She doesn't. Yeah, but they have like their own secret services. Yeah. It's kind of like that. Whatever. I don't know. I think that the whole Jedi temple, Jedi religion, and this shit is so cool, but
they don't give it any thought.
They don't want to talk about it. Well, that's my shot. I love I'll just say the whole fight scene.
For real.
Except when Darth Maul dies, it's kind of lame. I'm like, it's cool that Obi-Wan does that, but it would have been like, this is where I'm like, where does Force fit in? Like, where do Force like attacks fit into this?
Right. Well, and he grabs Qui-Gon's lightsaber.
Yeah, but like they never use Force against each other, and there's been books about this that like
in the video games you can use Force. Yeah.
But there's been books that Disney scrapped, sadly. But that when you would fight with a lightsaber, you would like project almost a Force shield around you to where no one else can manipulate you because everyone's like, oh, why don't they just fucking Jedi mind trick them like and then make them kill themselves or something or choke them? But like, which is cool, and that's like a power. He's using it. Yeah, that's a power that goes through those shield type things,
right?
Because he's stronger than you.
Yeah.
But that was like their excuse was like, oh, you can't push someone because like they're projecting.
There's
like,
rules.
Yeah, there's like weird like it's almost like weird like old time. Like, there's almost like weird old timey like knight rules.
Honor.
Yeah, like honor rules. Like
right.
Yeah, so
I mean, it makes sense.
That shit's cool, but what's your shot?
My shot. Obviously the fight scene's really cool. But it's still Darth Maul, but the scene where he fights Qui-Gon on the Tatooine.
Tatooine, yeah.
Tatooine. Am I saying it? Tatooine.
Yeah. Tatooine.
And then like Qui-Gon jumps on the ship and then flies away, and it's like it's a behind the back shot of Darth Maul looking at it go off, and there's like a sun, I think.
Yeah.
I like that shot. That was really cool.
I kind of wish they did. I like that scene. It's like an introduction to the villain. Yeah. But I wish it was like more.
We just need more Darth Maul.
Yeah, I wish like Qui-Gon, or I wish Obi-Wan even jumped down there too and was like, oh, let me go fucking help my master. He's about
like
to get
Force even, like where he like stopped him. Yeah. Where like, and it shows how strong Obi-Wan is and like Force play, And then Force play. I know, sorry. And then, as soon as I said it,
and then Qui-Gon could have been like, thank you. Yeah. But he was like worn out. He was like, oh, that
fucking Liam was like, get me the fuck out of here, guys.
Yeah.
Liam
read the script like Harrison Ford in the new movies and was like, I need to die.
I'm fucking outie.
I know you have me all the way through this trilogy, but I need to die in this one. I can't do it.
I know I'm a big part of this, but fuck that.
Something came up. It's a movie called Taken, so I'd rather do that.
Literally. Oh fuck. Okay,
well, guys,
we gotta rate it.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, it's obvious. I mean, the second one I have a different shot, but I don't know if you're gonna. I got it. I gave it 4.
Yeah, that's what I gave it.
I mean, I don't want to give it a 5. Ugh.
It's 4 because it's just like
the fight scene. Yeah, saved it. The fight scene saved it.
This fight scene literally holds the movie up in the score.
Yep.
And maybe some pod racing for me, but
yeah, we're done.
Pod racing in general, though, like I know why you hate it is like it's useless to the story.
Yes.
Well, not really because
it's
how he gets free. So
that's true. I guess, but
like I'm saying it's a fluffer. It's a fluffer.
Yeah, scene. As a whole, it's not.
Like, hey, we need to have some cool action.
Right. Exactly.
But I think it could have been so much more. It really could have been so much more.
It really could.
And that's why it's a disappointment. But I still support Star Wars.
We gotta get through the ass to get to the class.
Seriously.
We'll get there, guys.
Well, guys, if you made it to the end here, make sure you reach out to us and give us a good old
review.
I would have died if I was Liam Neeson too. comment.
I would have signed the contract.
I don't know. Yeah, just something about Liam Neeson. If you made it this far in the episode, on our Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, about the post, we're gonna post. Obviously, we post about the movie, but and if you're on YouTube, just go down in the comment section below,
please,
and just say, yeah, Qui-Gon is smart for getting the hell out, or pour one out for my boy Liam, who's burned to a crisp now.
We cheers to you, Liam.
Dude, when he dies, though, it's pretty sad.
Yeah, but they don't give him a proper funeral. It's like literally a 5-second funeral.
I know. It's like,
let's burn this man.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we got to wrap shit up. They couldn't.
I'm sorry.
But instead, they had to have fucking Gungans and like a weird celebration at the end.
And I love that like Anakin has no respect. What are we going to do now?
Bitch, he's dead.
Yeah, literally. Like, am I still going to be a Jedi? Shut the fuck up.
When do I kill the youngling?
We'll talk about that in the
Obi-Wan?
Yeah. That's a meme right there.
Gives him the side eye.
Here we go.
All right, guys. We do appreciate you listening. And cheers to you. Thank you so much for listening. And we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Bye.